This is not clickbait. A $10 bill, something most people would spend without thinking, just sold for $55,200. And it all came down to one little letter most people will overlook. But that's just the start. In this video, we're breaking down 5 of the most valuable $10 bills ever made. Gold certificates, Hawaii emergency notes, silver certificates, North Africa issues, and of course, the star notes that can turn regular bills into collector gold. Most of these are going to fly under the radar, and people will spend them or not get the true value out of them because they don't actually know what they have. Let me show you exactly what to look for before one of you guys accidentally sells the bill for too little amount of money. Just as a disclaimer, every single bill in this video is 100% genuine United States issued currency. These are all real bills, and all of the sale prices are 100% officially paid for in full. So let's start off the video with this first bill. One of my favorite types of US paper money is going to be the gold certificate. So the gold certificate is really cool because back in the day you could bring a bill like this to your local bank and they would pay you in actual gold. That's right, like physical gold you would get in return for a bill like this. Now technically you could bring this $10 bill to your local bank and exchange it and put it into your bank account. Now that'd be a huge mistake because this $10 bill sold on Heritage for $14,400. Now a lot of the time these gold certificates are worth maybe $80 to $150 to $200 in the low grade range. Like you can pick these things up for not that much money. They are very collectible. They have a neat history behind them, but once you start getting into the really rare types of gold certificates, that's where the money really is. So there's a few things that makes this $10 bill super rare and valuable. The first thing being the condition. That's pretty obvious, right? The better the condition that your banknote is in, the more money it's going to be worth. That means do not fold your bill, don't tear it, don't spit on it, I guess. Don't do anything that's going to decrease the condition of your $10 bill. Now, handle it carefully, keep it in a flat surfaced area, whether that's a book, just don't forget it in the book. I've seen that happen so many times. But understand that every single fold in your bill will literally decrease the value. Like this one's a 65 EPQ by PMG, 70 being the highest grade. If I was to fold this bill in half, it would immediately drop down to a 58 at least, and that's going to decrease the value significantly. The next big thing on this bill is the fact that it is a star note. So star notes or replacement notes are made by the US BEP when they are needing to have extra bills in case there is a mistake on a print run. So mistakes happen most definitely, whether that's a print malfunction or whether some of the bills were accidentally destroyed during the production of the bills. These are big machines that are making this paper money, and sometimes there's mistakes that happen and there's some printing errors. So long story short, what the US BEP needs these bills for is to replace any damaged notes or any error notes. So replacement notes or star notes are very valuable and rare, especially when you're talking about rare gold certificate items like this one. How you know if you have one is by looking at the star. So the combination of the star plus the fact that it is a 65 EPQ by PMG allowed this $10 bill to sell for $14,400. So up next, we have a Hawaii $10 bill. It's 100% genuine United States legal tender, and these have a really cool history behind them. You're going to see a bold Hawaii overprint on the front and the back of the note. These bills were issued in the denomination of 1, 5, 10, and 20. The brown seal and brown serial numbers are used instead of the usual blue or green. So pretty much after the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th of 1941, the US government feared that Japan would invade Hawaii, which was a US territory at the time. One big concern was that Japanese forces could seize large amounts of US currency and use it to fund their war efforts. To prevent that, the US issued a special emergency series of notes in 1942 to 1944 called the Hawaii Overprint Notes. Now, if Japan had invaded and taken control of Hawaiian banks, the US could declare that these bills were instantly worthless, avoiding a massive financial loss. It was a smart military move, and now these notes have become iconic pieces of World War II history. Pretty cool, right? Well, same thing as the gold certificate. This is a star note, and star notes are very rare for any of these older bills. That's why this one sold for $18,600. This is an insane note, guys. 1934 silver certificate. So same thing as the gold certificate. You could also bring this $10 bill to your local bank and get $10 worth of silver in return. Now, the reason why this one sold for $25,850 is because one, it is a star note. So star notes are very very rare. And two, this is so hard to get, guys. It is a mismatched serial number on this $10 bill. This is something you simply do not see on old bills like this that are silver certificates. So if you have a legal tender, which is a red serial number type bill, if you got gold certificates, silver certificates, any sort of more rare collectible, and you have a mismatched serial number, that is going to be an insanely rare banknote. This is such a cool bill, and it sold for $25,850. Now this is your normal looking bill, right guys? It's a Federal Reserve note. That means it's got the green seal and serial numbers. This one's from 1928. It's a $10 bill, and if you didn't know, 1928 was actually the first year of issue for these small size paper money bills. Before 1928, you had large size paper money, which is personally my favorite to collect, but YouTube and everyone on there typically doesn't like to see anything that looks too out of the normal. So that's why we don't talk about large size as much. If you do want to see more videos about large size paper money, leave a comment down below and we'll teach you all about it. But I digress, back to this one, 1928C. That's a series. It's a more scarce series overall for the $10 bill. This one is also a star note, so you can see a trend in this video. It's a lot about star notes, and it's a very high grade for this bill, and that's why it sold for $34,800. That's insane. All right, so $55,200. This is a North Africa $10 bill. So during World War II, when U.S. forces were sent to North Africa, the government had issued a special run of paper money specifically for the use by the military. Now these bills were known as North Africa Emergency Notes, and they're some of the most iconic and collectible wartime bills ever made. The issues were for the denominations of the $1 bill, the $5 bill, and the $10 bill. They look similar to regular silver certificates, but they feature a bright yellow treasury seal and also have blue serial numbers. They were printed in 1942 and heavily used by U.S. troops in World War II combat zones. The reason why they were made was security. If enemy forces captured large amounts of U.S. currency during operations in North Africa or later in Europe, the U.S. Treasury could instantly demonetize these yellow seal notes, making them completely worthless. So like the Hawaii bills, this is a very similar situation that happened here, and they're very, very collectible. So here is the kicker, guys. I have handled personally a lot of these North Africa emergency issue bills, specifically the $10 bills and even the star notes. So star notes in general are going to be a lot more rare and valuable. Here is the thing, guys, that you have to pay attention to on this bill. The series is super, super important. A lot of the bills are going to be from the series of 1934A. That A is critical. This is 1934 plain. That means there is no A after the 1934. Combine that with the fact that it's a star note and it's a high grade of a 53 makes this an incredibly rare bill, something that you will not likely ever find, but if you do, you have something incredibly rare. This bill actually came from a newly discovered New England cash hoard. That's why I love paper money so much, because there are still bills out there that are being discovered every single day that have not even seen the light of day for a very, very long time. And when something as rare and valuable as this comes to market, it is such an exciting thing for collectors like myself. Now, if you want to learn more about rare paper money and coins, we have a free coin and currency ebook down below. Remember, guys, this $10 bill sold for $55,200. We do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure to get your free coin and currency ebook down below, and we will see you guys in the next one.